together with many other partners, the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. We'll be back to you, of course, in a minute. And let me welcome the whole Titanium team. Hello, guys. All fine?
Hi.
Ciao. Hi
Hi.
there. Ciao,
Hello.
Emilio, Pasquale, Margherita, and Elisabetta. Welcome to all of you. And of course, our coach, the Reply Titanium team coach, Paolo Fabris. Ciao, Paolo. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi, Enrico. Hi, everybody. Thanks again.
Hi there. I know you are commuting right now, so not easy, but we keep you as the coach together with us.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so thank you for your presence here together with us today. We'll be live. It's 3 minutes after 5, and we'll continue our webinar till 6 o'clock, so 1 hour together. Of course, we will welcome all the questions coming from our audience, so through challenges.reply.com player, and of course, even on Chick Norris TV for the repliers. So all the people who want to interact with us to send some question or doubt, you are more than welcome. I mean, we wish you, we ask for your question because we are here to answer your doubt. Emilio, and I mean all the Titanium team, you have already answered kind of tons of questions, right?
Of course, Enrico. We are here to support all the players that have started this journey with us, I would say. So we are here.
The many questions, the many doubts you received, there are, I guess, I mean, I see many questions related to the game mechanism, to the leaderboard, to the, I mean, of course, then in technically speaking about the ESG and the trading environment, right?
Yes, there are really questions of people that would like to understand, to study, to improve their knowledge about all these topics. So we are so glad about it. Enrico.
Sure. Yeah, that's absolutely, you are right in starting by, let me say, starting from the roots, from the basics of the challenge. We have, we all together with the partners, again, we have built up, I would say, a learning experience, okay? We are here to learn and to test our skills and to see how good we are in trading in general, and related with the sustainability topic we were talking about, we are focusing on this year. And so let me start from the roots, even because we deserve to our audience, to our community, some numbers. Many people asking, okay, but how many people are playing? How many registered people we are? And so that's the moment in which we will disclose officially those numbers, even if already maybe announced on social media. I would ask the control room to share my screen. Thank you very much. We will start with the basics all over again. If you are unknown, if you are unaware of what we're talking about, this is the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, an online competition that started on Monday, the 19th, and will last till the 30th of April. And it's the first round we are talking about right here. And then we will move to an online final round with the best 100 traders, with 100 players that have reached the top 100 position in the ranking during the first round, that will play with us in a final round from May 12th till the 14th. The game is fully online, and the platform has a simple name, which is challenges.reply.com. We had a long, 6-week-long campaign of registration with many registration. I'm about to say how many. And the game is all about learn how to invest your $1 million of pretend money in a sustainable way. And of course, we'll be back to Emilio and Paolo and the whole Titanium team to learn more how you have to invest, or how you are challenged to invest your pretend money and reach the best of your goals. Let me move to the second slide that tells you how many people we are. Guys, we reach more than 14,600 registration on the platform. It's an amazing number, a crazy number, since we were talking about around 8,000 past year. So we kind of doubled the number of registration on the platform in 2021. So let me say a good applause. Results we made proud of, and thank you very much to all, to the Banca Generali, to the MIT Politecnico di Milano, and to all the partners, and of course to the Reply Titanium team for reaching this big milestone. 91 countries, so kind of worldwide competition. We are talking about 91 countries all over the world. I see Alvin talking with us right now from Philippines. Hi, man. Pleasure to have you together with us. And regarding the day one, we were talking about more than 20,000 transactions on the platform, and that big number, more than $700 million money earned during the day one. I would immediately ask to Maria Grazia, of course, and Emilio, Paolo, all of you guys to comment those numbers. They were reaching your expectation in terms of at least day one. Maria Grazia, sorry. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am amazed. It's amazing results. I didn't foresee that we can reach so many people, so many countries, and also the result, because more than $700 million in money earned on day one. It was not a very easy day, because it was a date yesterday when we have markets going down.
Sure.
It's a very, very, very good result.
Happy to hear that. And I mean, it's good to see that. I mean, even by starting on day one, we reached so many people already playing and playing with the game platform in order to make trading on with the 1 million pretend money. I would move to another slide to comment with you the day one stats. Let me just move. Advance one slide. There we are. The player that, I mean, we have some percentage here. The 39% of the player have a profit and loss positive, let's just say more than zero, and 61% less than zero, of course. 84% is trading on companies with a high ESG. Emilio, would you comment this?
I think that these 84% of people has understand how to play.
That's good.
Yes, Enrico. It means that the 20,000 transactions that have been made in only one day refers to really a study, really to a way to win. I would say a way to win learning. And but this is a point, Enrico. Another point is that the other 16% can improve their portfolio, can improve their rating, their average rating, I would say, of the portfolio. So I think that anyone can continue, and this is only the first day. We have to say it's only a day.
Sure. Yeah, just the partial result, not even temporary. It's just day one, and the leaderboard for day one has been already published. I don't know if there are any big clues that we want to talk about the temporary leaderboard for day first. Is there something, Emilio or Elisabetta, Pasquale, something you see? I see our friend Alvin that is saying I'm the number 7th in global, and that is a good result.
Of course, I can agree with Alvin, I would say.
Yeah, then I mean, overall, I guess we have for day one, we reach kind of 2,000 player already playing on the platform. So again, a good starting moment for the challenge. I would continue if you haven't any doubt about those numbers. I mean, not the doubt, but anything to be shared. I would focus on something that is worthy. The prizes. That's something for the players who are playing in. So just to recap, overall, we are talking about a game with that will have a final podium at the end of the challenge in the final round from May 12 to 14. So a MacBook Pro for the first place, an iPad Air for the second place, and the Apple AirPods Pro for the third place on the ranking. Then, of course, we are talking about the learning experience. So you're doing this for the game, of course, for the prizes. Why not? But in general, to have an experience that is a learning experience, something that tests your skills and that check what are you able, and not even able, but something you want to learn about and learn more about by experiencing, by playing in our reply challenge about the sustainable investment. Last but not least, just because we announced it, there is a beautiful Instagram filter available on the reply challenges profile on Instagram that plays together with your willing to share some social material on being social with the others. So we ask you to be the face and to face the change. So to be the face of a sustainable banknote. It's very funny. We see many beautiful pictures already shared. You guys, you already play with it? Margherita, Elisabetta, have you yet?
I'm not on Instagram, so
not on Instagram. Focus on finance and on only.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's an invitation for all of you who wants to play with us. It's let me say related with the challenge, but you are not gaining any point out of it. But if you'd like to just look for reply challenges on Instagram and take a pic, take a shot of you using the Instagram filter, you will find there. Even because there is a sustainable aspect out of it. For every pic shared using the filter, we will plant a tree in our Reply Freedom Forest, which is a real forest made through the Freedom platform. And we are growing with our forest thanks to many contributions. And we promise to plant a tree for all the Instagram pic shared on social media by tagging our profile. This is it for, let me say, my round of slides. I don't have anything to be shared anymore. I would like to restart from the basics. Thank you very much for attending this live webinar. This is the first out of the 4th that we have in plan. Are you ready, guys? 4th webinar in the next 2 weeks. Kind of ready? Seems so. Okay, I see you are confident and ready to be together for the next 2 weeks. Yes. The game is already on, and of course we are welcoming the whole audience made of repliers and challenge people to share with us your question, your doubt, what you want us to answer, because all those webinars.
Yes, these webinars have been made to support you. So what this means? It means we would like to answer to your questions. I think that
yes.
This is what Enrico was trying to say. It is correct, Enrico?
Thank you, Emilio. Yes, we had a down for a second, but thanks for taking the microphone in my stage. Can you hear me right now? Yes.
Yes, of course.
All fine. Okay. Yes. So I confirm you the aim of the webinar is to be interactive and to gain and collect questions from the audience. So if you want it, please share your doubts and questions, and we will be more than happy to answer them. I would start from, again, maybe involving Paolo, the Reply Titanium team coach, to start all over again with the game mechanism. Paolo, is this something worthy to remind to all the players?
Yeah, Enrico, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me quite well, because
yes, it's working.
Very good from my side. Okay, so looking at the numbers that you summarized, what we can see is that the vast majority of the people participating in the game, as Emilio said, pretty much understood I would say, the spirit of the competition. This is at least what we can see from the kind of stocks and bonds that have been traded so far. In terms of, let's say, ESG quality, I would call it. So even though there were a lot of questions related to where can I find the information related to the ESG rating or so far, so people looking for, allow me to say, an easy way to understand what was the right choice. And the answer is there is no easy right choice. You have to study, you have to learn, as you said in the beginning. You have to find out by yourself which one is the good company to invest on. The one of the pieces of advice we can share with the participants is be careful not let's say running out of trades for from your let's say from your portfolio. I guess everybody can recall that each player has 350 trades available for the 2 weeks. Okay, they seem to be a lot, but in the first day, as Emilio recalled, we had already 19,000 trades, meaning on average, this is just a really flat average, 12 trade per player. So by far, let's say, within the limit. But this was the first day, so be careful about that number, because you don't want to run out of gas at the last moment. Second, remember, as we said in the very beginning, this is not a trading competition. It's an investment competition. So wisely choose the companies you are investing in, and stick to your choice. So set up your strategy, set up your portfolio, and stick to your strategy, because you know that keeping your companies in your portfolio will better you off than trading in a crazy way. I would say this is the first highlight right now.
Okay. Thank you, Paolo, for this. I hope that it was clear to me. I hope that the whole audience is approaching the right way to again to play with the challenge. That will, let me say, the general aim, the general goal of the challenge as a main tip. As a main rule. But let's go with Emilio, I guess, into some more rules and how to be on top of the ranking, since we are already updating a daily ranking. How to be there, Emilio?
Yes, of course, Enrico. Of course, I would like to talk a little bit about how the ranking is evaluated, how we consider what the players are doing. But before, I have only a little advice to our players, because
Sure.
From data, we have seen that, of course, each player on average has made about 12 transactions. But it's important to remember that what we will see now, so the rules will be based on the invested value. So the liquidity, what is not invested on anything will not help you to take a better ranking position. So we can go on the ranking rules and analyze how the algorithm works in order to help, in order to support all the players that would like to understand a little bit more about this point. So please, Enrico, can I share my screen?
Sure. Let's go, Emilio. You can send us the signal and we'll... Exactly.
Okay. Are you able
there
to...
we go.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, we see it.
Perfect. So what we are seeing here we are seeing how we evaluate...
Honestly, Emilio, I'm a bit scared, but that's just me, okay? Don't worry about it.
Okay, Enrico. This is really a pleasure to hear you, I would say. Even so, what I would like to say to you, how we calculate the player ranking value. So what we are seeing here on the first part of the screen. So the player ranking value is calculated as the sum of the security ranking value for each asset of the player's portfolio. So each player invests on different assets. So I would say that each player will have a specific ranking value for each security in his portfolio. Even if this is an open position, so actually in the player portfolio, or a closed position. So the player dismisses the investment on this product and decide to invest on other products. So we take care of everything the player is doing. This is because it's important, Enrico, to understand what the players are doing and give a good bonus or a malus on all the story, all the history, I would say, of the player's portfolio. So,
but Emilio, sorry, are we doing something? Is it good to share the way we are calculating the ranking? Are we a bit too much gentle with our audience, or now they know our secret or not?
This is really a good question, Enrico, because we have seen some doubts of our player of the player that would like to understand everything about our challenge. And we are referring to these players, of course, but we also would like to help the players to understand the importance of the ESG parameter. And after we will understand why this is so important. But now I would like to focus on how we evaluate the ESG parameter. So please consider that for each security in your portfolio, we consider the invested counter value, both for open position or closed position, and we multiply this invested counter value for the bonus or malus based on the ESG rating of the product. And after we increase with a multiplying factor this value for the detention days that the player detained the position in his portfolio. This is why, because it's important to invest in product with a good ESG rating, but it's also important to detain this product in your portfolio. Also, it's important the profit and loss. This is the second part of our algorithm. So it's important the ESG evaluation, and it's important the profit and loss, and of course the dividends. So we take care of everything. So what I would like to say, for each product, the invested counter value. So please, guys, remember to invest everything. Not give the liquidity to be not invested, because this will not help you for the ranking. You take the invested counter value, multiply for the bonus malus of the terms and conditions that is available or on all the reply pages, and for detention days. You sum the profit and loss and the dividends, and you obtain your ranking value. This for each security. And so summing on your ranking value as player in the reply page. So this is Enrico, our help, I would say.
Let me rephrase this. We are showing up to all the players facing the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge the way we are calculating the ranking that we will be published on daily basis. So this is how we explain you how to play good or bad at the end, right?
Exactly.
If you are lucky and good enough and great enough in order to achieve a good result. Let me ask this to our audience. Is this clear? You want to screenshot this slide, maybe even better?
Yes.
I mean, it's true. We have recorded it, so we will. You have time to see it all over again. But then that's what we are sharing, guys. Not the secret formula, but something that we are undisclosing right now just for you. So please take notes out of this and do your best, because you know right now the way the way you have to play in order to reach a good result. We see some questions already appearing. We will, even have a look later. Please continue. I mean, if you, to our audience, if you have something to ask about, please do it, and we are here to answer. Let me move on, because after talking about the rules and the ranking, we see with Emilio, something very promising in terms of useful material. And Pasquale, that's not even just we are talking about something more. There is a learning section.
Yes, if you want to apply correctly the mathematician formula, you have to learn.
Sure,
basically.
Sure.
So, otherwise, you can print our screen, but if you don't apply, probably you are not on the topping of the rating. If you want to learn, we have a big section in our site, and you can find for each topic a card. The card is very simple. You can go deeper. There are some material that are more advanced. The card are on a basic topic of financial asset, fixed income, equity, but also on the supply side. So this the card dedicated to supply investment. There are also explained how it works, the ESG rating, which is the trick. So look at the number, but only use the number with your mind. Okay, this is my suggestion.
All right. We see many visits at the learning section during the training period. Let me say the registration period,
Okay.
and we hope it's something worthy and useful for the whole community. Even because again, it assists you in the meanwhile you are playing. So if you haven't yet, this is an invitation to all of you guys. Have a look on challenges.reply.com to the learning section for the investment area, and you will get something good for you, as you are doing right now in assisting to this webinar. We are live. It's kind of 5:30 Central European Solar Time, and we are live answering questions coming from the audience. Before moving on with Maria Grazia about on her market update, that is a recurring appointment we will have in all our webinar, I would at last keep one question some question from the audience coming in. We have Tommaso asking, oh yes, no problem. We can, okay, let's give the one from AD. Can I leave my position open on the 30? I'm assuming the 30 of April. Emilio.
Yes, of course, Enrico. You can leave your position open on the 30th of April, and we will consider your actual status on the date. So when the market will close, and we will evaluate your position at the market closing time. So please leave it if you would like to do it.
Okay, thank you. I see. Can I long options experience later than the 30? Again by AD. I guess it's
yes, same answer. Yeah,
same answer exactly. Okay, we are taking Tommaso asking where you can see the ranking. It's on your challenge page, as the control room is already answering. Then of course we can help you, Tommaso, if you need more about it. Okay, so let's involve. I mean, we asked the audience if you want to share with us more about your question, but since we have a precise schedule and we have to stay on time, because at 6 o'clock we will end up our first webinar. Maria Grazia, if you'd like, would be your moment for the market updates from Banca Generali, of course.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say that it is interesting. It was more interesting this year to saw the algorithm that you have developed for this gaming, for this challenge, because
Sure.
it is this time more important to know how to invest, and not only to trade during the day, buy one and sell in 2 minutes, because you have to create profit, but not to invest. To invest in something different. And the thing is, if you have to invest, you have to know the markets, the behavior, and also what are the most important things that you have to follow when you invest, when you open a position in the market, or when you want to close a position in the market. If you look at the market behavior this year, we can say that all the equity index increased during the first months till quite yesterday, the end of the last week. And they produce a very interesting return. Why? The most important reason is that we are in a growing environment in terms of economic view, because of two main actors in the scene. One is the central banks that are lowered rates and also are increased liquidity in the market. And the other one is the fiscal budgets of governments, that they have increased this budget to develop again the economy all over the world, mainly in developed countries, but also in developing countries. And this is why we have this high increase good performance in equity markets. The problem is, but what about valuation? The valuation of a single company are quite high. If we compare the valuation at the moment with the average valuation in terms of price earning, of price to book, that are the most common valuation used in the equity markets, you see that we are over the average of the last 5 years, of the last 10 years, and so. And now we are asking to ourselves, and now what we have to do? We have to sell equities or we have to buy equities? The view of Banca Generali is that at the moment you have to buy equities. In fact, we are overweighted in equities, and we are underweighted in bonds. Why? Because of this revamp in the economy, we see that and we focus an increase in inflation and what we want in the market, because in 2, 3, 10 years we have to repay all the debts, and it is important for governments to have inflation so they can repay these debts in a lower value in terms of real amount. So it is important to have inflation, and so if you have inflation, rates have to increase. And this is why we are now negative in bonds, because the rates will increase over the time during this year, also the next year, and so on. And if rates increase, the performance of the bond markets is negative. The problem is if rates increase so fast, and because they increase so fast, there is a problem also in the equity markets. And it is what we saw last 2 weeks in the US markets. So yields of treasury bonds increase a lot, quite reaching 2%, and all the operators in the market were asking, but now, because if there is a very short, impressive increase in yields, there is also a problem for equities for 2 reasons. First of all, because the value of a company is the actualization of future results, of future earnings, and if you actualize with higher rates, you receive a lower valuation. And also because of comparison, because if you can reach and gain 2% in a quite free, risk-free investment, wow, you have to invest in equities that and you don't know exactly if you can have a positive performance or a negative one. This is why it is important also to see the movement of interest and the yields. What we think is the yields will increase, but in a moderate path, because there is a control, a monitoring of the central banks. They can allow to yields to increase very, very fast. And in this environment is very good to invest in equities, because earnings will increase, and the increase of earnings will reduce the valuation in terms of price earning that we have already in the market. I don't know if I can add something else, and looking at the present behavior of the markets. Yesterday, today, we are in a negative mood. Instead, last week, we have a risk-on situation. These 2 days, we have a risk-off situation. It is important for us. Yes, it's important, but it doesn't. We don't fear this situation, because we think this is a. Sometimes when index is reach the top, the higher level, that it is normal that somebody wants to sell to realize profit. It it is a normal behavior
Part of the game.
market. Also, you have also to realize gains if you want to win this challenge, I believe.
Sure.
Okay. And this can be because we think there is a large amount of liquidity in the banks. Also the investors have a lot of liquidity, and when markets go down, there is the good opportunity to buy again and to increase the position in equity. So markets can go down for a bit. There could be a volatility, but they can go down. They can go down very, very fast. A very huge decrease, because there are people that are ready to enter again in the market and to buy again equities.
Thank you, Maria Grazia. I see there are, many positive hints and inspiration from for our audience. I would like to propose you a question coming from our friend Kent, asking something related, of course. In real world of investment, where should we look for to find out a stock that is good to invest in?
Yes, it's important to look at equities and stock that have a possible sustainable future and a sustainable business. It is important because you have to look at companies that can have development of their business in the future, looking at what are the most important trends in the future, something that has developed coming from also from the COVID crisis. Environment, smart working, so something linked to technology, linked also the behavior that we have in the consumer side, from the consumer side, but you have to spread. I believe what I saw is that it is something that I can have at the moment. I believe I saw the ranking, the most equities bought in this challenge. In the top ranks, I saw only technological equities in the technology sector. This is not good. I'm in favor of technology. I believe in technology. You should have technology in your portfolio, even if technology sector made a very strong performance last year. So it has a valuation higher than other sectors. At the beginning of the years, we have a so-called rotation in sector. So sector like technology, healthcare was sold, and there was a rotation in favor. Is also cyclical sectors like financial, automotive, something like this. Some of these companies in this sector have made a very good performance till now. So at the moment we have to diversify. So I advise you to spread in terms of sectors, in terms of type of company, not focus only Apple, Facebook.
We are
this is my advice at the moment.
Thank you, Maria Grazia, for your kind, suggestion for the whole audience. I see reactions already coming in. And guys, so this is the expert. He is sharing with you some, again, invitation and assist in order to play in the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge made together with Banca Generali. I would involve again Paolo, which is looking at some questions coming from the audience. Paolo, there is one related, again, on the ranking, right? I'm reading it. Only the ranking of the last day of the challenge matters, right? My portfolio is negative right now. Does this affect my ranking if on the last day of challenge I gain enough to be in the first 100?
Okay, thank you, Enrico. Yes, yes and no. the answer to the question, because the ranking is made up day after day. So the last day position would be the sum of the positions you have you let's say took all over the challenges. So the first day is going to be important as the last day. So if you're not performing very well today, no problem at all. But what this is what we let's say try to type looking at the position and to the investment strategy. So if you're in a trading game, losing today is not going to affect, except for the P&L, your tomorrow position. In this case, making a bad choice today in terms of stocks to invest on is going to affect your overall portfolio. Of course, this is only the first day, so you can, if you entered into some stocks that are deemed to be negatively affected by the market, by the ESG rating, etc., you can still, of course, exit from your position, but consider that the last day leaderboard is going to be composed of day-by-day positions that are going to be summed together. So the leaderboard is an accrued position. It's not once in a lifetime position. So you have to, let's say, build your position day by day.
Thank you, Paolo. I hope we have answered. And I would, since, I mean, by taking the assets from Maria Grazia, which she was suggesting, of course, to diversify the panel of assets in your hands, dear players, I would involve Elisabetta about the ESG, because somehow players have to look for, it's a kind of treasure hunt, to look for companies that have an high ESG rating. So which are some advices that you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that, as you know, we are providing the whitelist of US listed stocks. There are those stocks that are on which we have a reliable rating provided by Main Street Partners. For these stocks, however, we're not giving the rating, the ESG rating, because it would be too simple, and because as it's supposed to be a learning challenge, we want our players to actually learn by doing so. We want them to make research, to make their analyses, and to actually make their own judgments about how sustainable, the sustainability level of a company. So in order to do this, what we could suggest is to, first of all, you could do some benchmark analysis on the public ESG rating that you can find online. There are many of them. And then what you could do second is to look at the sustainability reports of the companies in order to check for their commitment levels on sustainability, development goals, and on their projects that are on pipeline about sustainability. And third, last but not least, I would say also to check the news and do some further analysis in order to check that the statement on the sustainability report are actual, it's not just marketing purposes, but it's what the company is actually doing. So make sure there are no controversies, behaviors that the company, of course, would not state in sustainability report.
There is, I mean, at least as far as I know, there is a bit of, ESG. It's not just E. I mean, there is many. I mean, it's a variety, of course, of. It's a rating complete of many dimensions. So
many factors that include environmental factors, social, and governance. So don't forget the S and the G. Don't focus only on the E.
Exactly. And then I would add the part that is, always worth it to remind the players that we are talking about real market reactions. We are playing with the real markets. So again, as you said, by following the news, the updates, the what's going on, you are really playing. I mean, the only fake thing is the $1 million, right? I mean, just because
Unfortunately,
it would be kind of an investment to give you 1 million each, and so we prefer the fake thing. Okay, so but talking about this, I would involve Margherita because there is a storytelling path in the between of the challenge, and there is always one question that is: do we need to follow the tips, the suggestion made by the platform, or we can play avoiding them?
Okay, thank you, Enrico. So hello, everybody. So hints are warnings and suggestions that help the participant to select instrument with good or positive ESG ranking. Follow the hints. We provide help you not choose instrument with bad ESG ranking, but be aware that tools are not investment hints, so they are not about the profitability of what you're trading. Other hints would be about challenge rules and scoring mechanism. For example, the first hints of today is about a fund that are long-term instrument with a little risk and that make your that you earn a little. Bond is an instrument that maybe not appropriate to have a return of investment in 2 weeks. Another hints will come at 6 p.m. Central Europe time. The news, on another hand, are generic and come from the web and can contain useful information, but it is up you evaluate them and understand how to use their content.
Thank you, Margherita. So we hope we have answered to one of the critical questions we have related to the storytelling part out of the challenge. I would remind all the people connected with us, repliers and challenges. Hi, everybody, challengers. Hi, everybody. We are live for the next 10 minutes, kind of, for our first out of 4 progress webinar about the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. Please interact with us. You can share your question, your doubts, your comments, just the feedback. Where are you playing from? That's just a question we can make. One of the 91 countries we reached this year, thanks to the more than 14,000 registration we had on the platform. So hello world, hello everybody. Thanks for playing with us. And since we are talking about the world, I would like to ask Pasquale, what about your Finland flag behind you? What is the connection with Finland there?
Yeah, it's the Finland flag. As I have some cousins that are Italo-Finland. No.
Italian and Finnish, right?
Italian and Finnish, correct.
Wow, that's good. So Santa Claus there, it's not him.
No.
Maybe. No, you're not that lucky. Not Santa Claus there. Pasquale, since I involved you in this funny moment, what about we talked already about the learning assets. What is the single learning asset you see as a must read for the players, something they can't miss?
Yes, I just suggest 2 cards. The 2 cards are sustainable investment that are focused on the sustainability topics. That is very fundamental for this challenge. And also, if you don't come from a financial study, financial profile, you can also read fixed income, equity, and option. Is another card that just give you an overview on the financial asset. So I suggest these 2.
Thank you. Again, for the whole audience, please. Of course, we are recording this. We will find out this video in the reply challenges, reply YouTube channel, so you will have the possibility to rewatch it. Yes, Giordano, the video will be available in the next even less than an hour, I guess. But then, yes, in through this video, we already covered many aspects, many items, parts of the challenge. So I guess there is a way to make a service for all of you guys. There was a question I would like to keep and to share maybe before with Paolo Fabris, if you can hear us. We have a question from our friend Alvin asking, is it okay if I will only invest to equity investments?
Yes, Enrico, no problems with that. Compared to last year challenge, this year we're not, let's say, proposing limits on the investment securities or assets we are pushing. So no problems in sticking to equity only. This year, the securities we have available are stocks, bonds, and options. Of course, in this kind of challenge, bonds are not that intriguing because, I mean, the movements might be very, very low, even though they might be somehow amplified by the bonus mechanism. But generally speaking, my strong suggestion is to, let's say, stick to equity market, as Maria said. And if you are able to handle the tool, you might also look to option trading. But be careful because there's the leveraging effect that can affect you both positively and negatively. So handle with care, I would say.
Thank you, Paolo. And I would keep another question coming from the audience made by our friend DUG1. Hope I pronounced it right. Maybe for Emilio, if there is a 9% time bonus for a stock, if we hold it for all the time, we will get a plus 9% on that stock for profit?
Enrico, I would like to answer with an example. So this is, in my opinion, the best
Sure.
way to answer. So we think about a position of, I don't know, $10,000, okay, on a product that has a really good ESG rating. So you will take on this $10,000 a bonus of 0.35%. So your bonus is $35. If you detain this position for, I don't know, 7 days, 8 days, on these $35, you have to consider the detention days coefficient. So it is applied on the bonus malus, the detention days coefficient. I hope to have answered to the UG1. And I hope also to have properly speak about his name. So I would say.
Yeah. Don't worry. I mean, we are familiar with we are talking about more than 91 countries registered. So I guess that we may be wrong in pronouncing some names. Sorry about that. It's not, of course, our will. The last
Enrico,
5 minutes, guys. Paolo,
Enrico,
please.
Sorry. Just one additional thing, because I saw a question in the beginning. You have to sum to what Emilio explained in terms of bonuses, the P&L or the dividends or the coupons, of course, if you're talking about bonds, that you might accrue. So this is not only about ESG, it's about ESG and finance. So if the stocks you are choosing are generating a profit, a capital gain, for example, or a dividend, you are taking advantage of that. What we are doing here with the mechanism that Emilio presented is to amplify the ESG effect in one side or the other. So I amplify your position because the ESG bonuses are calculated, as Emilio said, on your holding and not on your P&L. But you're summing these bonuses to the overall P&L you're doing on your stocks. So both aspects are to be considered. I hope this answered the previous question. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Paolo. And last 4 minutes, sort of, to conclude our first progress webinar about the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. I would leverage on those minutes to involve again Maria Grazia from Banca Generali. Might be a good moment to focus on, we decided together to focus the challenge about sustainability topic that is just more and more than a buzzword, let me say, not just a trending thing. What does sustainability mean for a bank as Banca Generali? In your, I mean, how this trend is becoming real for you on your real job? We are not talking about fake money. That's what I mean. We are talking about real money for your perspective.
Sustainability is very important for Banca Generali. It is not a fashion, because we started some years ago speaking and thinking about sustainability. Is something that it is intrinsic in our strategy. In fact, we have added the word sustainability in our mission and vision, because we say that we wanted to be the first private bank in terms of valuable service, in terms of innovation and what we are doing, but also in terms of sustainability. What does it mean? This means not only to be sustainable in terms of company, because we have to follow environmental attention, social attention, governance attention, but also in the way we help our clients to invest. And we have to help them to invest in a sustainable way. How we do this? We started 2 years ago with a platform with a link to Main Street, and we, for a group of SICAV investment products, we also schedule and analyze how they can follow and reach the SDG goals of ONU. And this is the most important for us, because we wanted to follow the sensibility of our clients and to offer them the solution of investment that are linked to what they want for their future in terms of environment, in terms of social, and so on. And what we realized is that it's not terms of fashion, but there is a very strict link between sustainability and financial performance. We saw and we read different studies developed by big investment banks and also institutional supranational that make analysis in the last years and followed companies are following a sustainable path, and other companies. And we realized that results in terms of financial performance were better for these ESG companies than the other one. So
that's the point.
Is a real possibility to have a good result and help the evolution and development of our world.
That's at all the mission for our players that are facing the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. Since we can, spend another 30 seconds in answer another question coming from our friend Magdalene, asking, can you explain the 10% option rule? Elisabetta, would you like to?
Yes, it's actually very simple. In order to diversify portfolio, we put this rule that means that you cannot invest more than 10% on options. On the single option, you have 1% limit. On all options, you have 10% of your portfolio limit. I hope this is clear.
Yeah, I think it's crystal clear. And to answer the last question from Matteo, are you doing other webinars in the next days? Yes, definitely. Appointment is for Thursday, April the 22nd, my birthday, by the way, and the April Earth Day. So yes, I will be present with the cake and the candles.
Yes.
If you all agree, all right?
The glasses of wine.
Yes, and the glasses of wine. Why not? Why not? Absolutely. Yes, so Matteo, appointment for you and for the whole audience is for Thursday, April the 22nd, for the second progress webinar of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, always live from 5 to 6 Central European Solar Time. Will be on challenges.reply.com, always available, and of course welcoming all your questions coming in order to interact and having fun all together for this hour. Then next week as well, we will have 2 progress webinars, one on the 27th and one on the 30th. Thank you very much to the control room for showing the message below. This is it for our first webinar. Guys, are you alive? All fine? So far, so good. Yes. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so let me say thank you very much to Maria Grazia Dossena from Banca Generali. Thank you very much, Maria Grazia. We'll see you again on Thursday. And of course, to the whole Reply Titanium team, the team of repliers involved in the realization of this great challenge, as always. So Emilio, Margherita, Elisabetta, Pasquale, and Paolo, the coach of the team, and of course, all the others not connected, because we are talking about a large team with many repliers involved. So thank you very much to all the guys involved in realizing the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, with more than 14,000 registered players, and we are just out of day 1. So it will be a long journey altogether. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice evening, and we'll be back on Thursday.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back.
Bye.
Ciao. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao.